So, you're starting a new job. It can feel like a lot, right? But what if you had a clear roadmap for your first year? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down. We're looking at the journey of a property preservation processor from day one all the way to becoming a team expert. Let's dive in. All right, you've landed the job? Awesome. Congratulations. But now you're probably wondering, what's next? What does that path from being the new person to being the go-to expert actually look like? Don't worry, we're about to map it all out for you, milestone by milestone. Okay, first things first, let's make sure we're all talking about the same thing here. So, what is a property preservation processor? You're basically the guardian of these properties. You're the one managing all the work orders to make sure they're safe, secure, and well maintained. It's a role that needs some serious attention to detail for sure. All right, let's get into it. The starting line. Every big journey has a first step. And for a property preservation processor, those first few weeks are all about building a rock-solid foundation. This is where you learn the lingo, the essential tools, and just the day-to-day rhythm of the job.
And you know what? Your first big milestone comes up fast. We're talking just 15 days in. By then, you'll be expected to have a really solid grasp on the fundamentals. Think of it like a boot camp. It's an intense sprint designed to get you up to speed on all the absolute essentials.
So, what does that sprint actually look like? Well, it really boils down to 5 key goals. First, you're going to get a handle on the company's workflow and all the tools you'll be using. Then you'll learn how to prioritize tasks. You'll get to know something called PPW, we'll get to that in a sec, and a huge one, learning all the company and client codes. This isn't just about memorizing stuff, it's like learning a new language. Getting it right is crucial to avoid any big, costly mistakes. Okay, so I just mentioned PPW. You're probably thinking, what on earth is that? Let's quickly break it down because this piece of software is going to become a massive part of your daily life. PPW stands for Property Preservation Wizard, and it's basically the central nervous system for everything you do. Think of it as your digital command center. It's where you'll manage and process pretty much every single work order that comes your way. So, yeah, mastering this tool isn't just helpful, it is absolutely critical to your success. Okay, so you've got those fundamentals down. Now we hit the 30-day mark. By this point, you've survived that initial flood of information, and you're starting to see how all the pieces actually fit together. This is where all that theory really starts turning into practice. After just 1 month, your skill set is going to be way broader. You're not just learning anymore, you're doing. You're identifying different types of damage, handling key processes like GC/WINT, that's General Contracting and Winterizations, and managing bid approvals. You'll also be dealing with common tasks like FUs, which are follow-ups, and RTVs, which means return to vendor. It's all about becoming a fluent, communicating member of the team. All right, you've got the foundation poured and it's solid. Now it's time to start building on it. This next phase, it's all about making that leap from just learning the basics to really working with true independence. You know, this period between 3 and 6 months is probably the most transformative part of your first year. Your confidence is just going to soar, your skills get sharper, and you really start to take ownership of your work. This is the moment you stop feeling like a trainee and start feeling like a seasoned pro. And this slide right here really paints the picture of your growth. Look at this. At 3 months, you're handling basic orders, maybe with a little bit of quality control or QC looking over your shoulder. But fast forward to 6 months, bam, you're working independently. You're considered out of QC. That is a huge vote of confidence. It means the team fully trusts your work. You're even starting to cross-train on new workflows. I mean, that's real growth. And on your way to that 6-month independence, right around the 3-month mark, there's one number that really, really matters. 100%. That's the target, that's your goal for task efficiency and accuracy. It's all about proving you can handle the core of your job with total precision every single time. And during this period of major growth, you're not just getting faster, you're getting a lot smarter too. You'll be working towards becoming an expert in the Order Management System, or OM for short, and you'll tackle a huge training milestone called EOB. So, what's EOB? It stands for End of Bidding, and this training is a massive step up. Passing it means you have the skills and, just as importantly, the team's trust to manage the entire bidding process for a work order, all the way from start to finish. Hitting this milestone is a clear signal that you're a fully independent and capable processor. So, you've built your foundation. You've achieved independence. What's left? Well, the final phase of your first year is all about becoming a true team expert. And this isn't just about being great at your own job anymore. It's about making the entire team better. And that brings us to the final milestone on our roadmap, the 1-year mark. After 12 months of learning, growing, and mastering your craft, you've reached the summit. This is the culmination of all that hard work. And it represents a complete transformation from that person who walked in on day one. And just look at who you've become by now. You are a key contributor to the team. You're a mentor for the new folks just starting their own journey. You're taking on leadership, owning entire processes, and handling the most diverse and complex order types. You're not just following the workflow anymore, you're actually helping to shape it and improve it. You know, this quote just says it all perfectly. You've gone from learning the process to owning the process. You get the why behind the what, and that makes you an absolutely invaluable contributor and, yeah, a leader on the team. So there you have it. That's the roadmap from new hire to expert in just 1 year. Each step builds on the last, taking you from knowing the basics to independent mastery and finally to team leadership. The path is laid out for you. The only question left is, where will you lead next?